Hi everyone, I'm Stacy and I am a consultant with Rodan and Fields, and I'd like to talk to you today about a couple of our regimens that we have. I want to start with our Unblemish line, and Unblemish is currently the #1 premium acne treatment program in the country. And what acne does is it has about a 3-week cycle of action. And so what that means is from the time the pore starts to clog with the oil and the dirt, it takes approximately 3 weeks for the blemish to actually appear on the surface of the skin. So what you need then is powerful ingredients in the proper combination to penetrate deep inside of that pore to stop the acne cycle where it's at and to keep the acne cycle from reoccurring by keeping those medications deep within those pores. Now, when you have acne and you've had breakouts in the past, what you're probably familiar with is that it also leaves a hyperpigmentation. And a hyperpigmentation means that's those pink or brown spots that are left over after you've had a breakout that sometimes don't go away, they stay there. And with the Unblemished regimen, up to about 80% of those hyperpigmentation marks and scarring can be reduced from past breakouts that you don't have anymore. So that's a wonderful thing, that you can start to erase some of the history of that acne that you've had on your skin for all these years. Now, while acne is not curable, you can clear and control and prevent future breakouts by staying on a regimen like Unblemish that will get deep inside of those pores on a daily basis to remove that dirt and oil, so you no longer have the blemishes or the cystic acne that can occur, especially as adults, and keep that from coming back and have a healthier, smoother, brighter skin. Also, another regimen that I'd like to talk about today is our Soothe regimen. And our Soothe regimen is specifically targeted for people with sensitive skin. Now, some people just have sensitive skin, to products that they've tried, or lotions, washes, makeups, things like that, that they can't use a lot of those products because they cause irritation. And then there are some people who have more serious conditions like rosacea or eczema that are real obvious on the skin on a daily basis and are quite irritating and quite painful sometimes to have to deal with. So what Soothe does, it's a combination of ingredients that are meant to get underneath the skin into that lipid barrier that we have, which is our natural protective barrier against aggressors, whether they're environmental or weather. And with winter coming and it's being so cold this week, a lot of people are finding that their redness, their flaking, their cracking, burning skin is starting to reemerge again. Well, with the Soothe regimen, you don't have to worry about that anymore. It rebuilds that lipid barrier. It nourishes the skin. It hydrates the skin and gives it that protectiveness that it needs to fight against those things. And with people with eczema and rosacea, no, there's not much that you can do that's not irritating or hurts. And that redness is very embarrassing. It's really hard to cover with makeup, and you don't always want to wear a ton of foundation every day just to hide that redness. And for men, they don't have that option. So using the Soothe will remove that redness out of the skin, and a lot of times in just 2 to 3 days you'll see that redness is gone. So by building that lipid barrier, you're going to be able to protect against all those things that attack us. Now, because Soothe does not contain any alcohol, it doesn't have any drying effects or ingredients that will also be a problem with sensitivity. And it also does not contain any kind of sulfates, which are detergents or soaps or things like that. There are in a lot of cleansers that are actually very irritating to the skin for people that don't have that strong lipid barrier. So by building your lipid barrier, you can reduce and soothe the redness and the cracking, and either get yourself in a position where you can then move to another product that you'd like our Redefine regimen for wrinkles and anti-aging, or just stay with the Soothe regimen to keep that redness and that tenderness down on a daily basis, so you don't have to cover it with makeup and you don't have to put up with the red, burning, flaking skin that is just sometimes unmanageable. And actually, Soothe, of all the products, is my favorite. It is the one that I use on a daily basis. I don't have those severe conditions, but I find that, using a lot of products, my skin just says no, and it doesn't want me to use anything like anything that I've tried that's different than what I've normally used. So I do use Soothe every day. It is very calming to my skin. I have noticed that my skin is much more smooth, and the little fine redness and little veins and things like that are gone with that. So it is my regimen of choice. And if you'd like to know anything more about Unblemish or the Soothe regimens, just ask your consultant that invited you to our little virtual world today, and we'd be happy to answer those for you. Thank you.